Good morning.
Hey y'all.
We're doing the service for Dad this morning. He had an appointment with the doctor, so he asked us if we do it this morning. So we're gonna do like we normally do. We're gonna do a few songs and we'll do a little devotion. Noah, won't you pray before we get started?
Lord Jesus, I pray that you anoint this, Lord, have your way. Lord, I pray that this devotion goes good and that everybody gets what they need out of it. Lord, anoint the singing also. Lord, have your way. Amen. You have a mountain standing in your way. There's no way around it. Though you've prayed
I don't know about tomorrow's sister, Luana, that used to go to church with us before she passed away. This was always her song, and I love this song. It has such a good meaning. I don't know about tomorrow. I just live from day to day. And I don't borrow from the sunshine, for its skies may turn to gray. I don't worry o'er the future, for I know what Jesus said, and today I'll walk beside Him, for He knows what lies ahead. Oh, many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds tomorrow, and I know who holds my hand. Oh, many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds tomorrow, and I know who holds my hand. Oh, many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds tomorrow, and I know who holds my hand.
I want to thank the Lord for all He's done for me, for His grace and mercy. His talking about His love the other night. I'm so thankful that He loved me enough to die for me, and I just want to praise and thank for all He's done.
Dad called and asked us to take the service today. I figured Madison or Noah would be speaking. I sing, and I'm not real nervous when it comes to singing because I'm sitting behind a piano stool. He asked me actually to speak, and I told him, I said, I'm not, this is way out of my comfort zone, so I'm not used to this. And he said he felt like that I should should bring the devotion. So I really been, before he asked me, this has been on my mind, and so I thought, well, I'll just use this. I had been praying about it, and so we're just going to attempt. And it's probably going to be very short, but my scripture is from Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. This scripture right here, for me, has just been, it's a scripture that I use a lot. I can tell you over probably the past 20 years, Sister Diana Blythe, there's been many times when we've talked, and she has given me this verse. And if y'all have listened to the Blythe family and you've watched their devotions and their Saturday night services, they'll say that Sister Diana, this is like her favorite verse. But she's given me this scripture so many times, and so many times in my life that I needed it. And I want to speak today on what does it mean to trust in the Lord with all of your heart. The word trust in this verse means confident, bold, or secure. The Hebrew Study Bible states it's a concept that's associated with firmness or something that is solid or secure. We can put our security in the Lord because we know that He can be trusted. We don't always know what lies ahead, but God does, and there's great power in trusting Him. And thinking about that, trusting Him, back in 2005, when we lived in North Carolina, we had a house fire. We had gone out on a Friday night, and we came home, and down our street was just ambulance. There was fire trucks everywhere. We didn't know what was going on, and we thought it was the neighbors, but when we actually was able to get up to it, it was our house, and it was engulfed in flames. I mean, flames coming out the top of the house. And we lost everything but what we had on our backs. And I remember, and even Bucky will tell you this, that we didn't know what we were going to do. I mean, we had no place to stay. We wound up staying with in our fellowship hall, the church we were going to at the time. But I remember, I can't tell you how many times that, people were praying for us during this time. I can't tell you how many times we would go to the mailbox and there would be something so many churches helped us. But I remember having to trust the Lord. And I remember actually, during that time, Sister Diana Blythe called me, and she said, how is it with you? How is it with you with all that's going on? And I said, it is well, and I still want to serve the Lord. It's not His fault, and I want to keep trusting Him. So it pays to trust Him. People that don't trust the Lord, I don't know how they get through their daily lives, because who do they have to turn to? That's probably why so many times they're strung out on the things of this world, alcohol and drugs and so forth, because they don't have Christ to call on. And I'm so thankful that we have Him and we can trust Him in times when we need Him. Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. God is faithful to lead us, and He sees the big picture even when we don't. He will bring light and clarity through the foggy times we have in our lives. God knows what's around the bend when we can't see it. His timing is always perfect. When we feel alone or forgotten and it seems like nobody cares, all you have to do is call on Jesus. And all you have to do is trust Him. And I know sometimes that's easier said than done, but if we trust Him, He'll never fail us. No matter what our circumstances may be, we can be confident that God's presence will go before us. He will pave a pathway that guides and guards our step. He'll guard us if we just trust Him, and He'll keep us from making mistakes that we shouldn't make if we trust in Him. God is real. He's all powerful, and He's a loving God, and we can completely trust Him. He has substance. His word and promises are true and secure. He'll never fail you. The word heart in Proverbs 3 and 5, it's an old English concept or idea used to refer to the ruling center of the whole person. The heart is seen as the center of a person's feelings, their will, and their mind. And the Bible uses the term heart as an indication of the control of life. The word all, it just means, that's what it means. It simply means all. And the idea of trusting God with all your heart, it adds important detail to our faith. And with all your heart means there's no more room for anyone or anything else. You're completely surrendered to God. You're serving Him, and you're trusting Him with your whole heart. Trusting the Lord with all your heart means that we put our faith and trust alone in Jesus Christ. We have given Him rightful claim to the throne of our lives. There's no room for anyone or anything else to have that place in our life. And the good news is it's easy to trust when things are going good, but we must believe Him in all times, when they're good or if they're bad. I know for me, when things are going good, it seems like, well, you're praying, but it's not like it would be. But when you're going through something, when you're going through a trying time, or you're going through a trial, it's hard then. You're like, Lord, you have to really put your trust in Him. And sometimes you're thinking, Lord, where are you? Where are you? But if we put our trust in Him, He's there for us. He'll be there with us through all of it if we trust Him. If we trust in Him and have faith, He will guide us down a road that's actually built just for us. That's for us. There are things in life that we're unsure about, but God's love and trusting Him, it's not one of them. He never wavers. He's always there. And if there's anyone we should put our trust in, it's the Lord. And with God on our side, we have nothing to truly fear. So keep choosing trust. Keep on trusting the Lord. Let go of your worry and fear and doubt, and hold on to God. He'll never leave us. He'll never forsake us. That's a promise that He's given us. I have, in closing, I have a little illustration that I found online, and I thought it would fit. It's titled "Trust in the Lord to Fix It." It's a story about trusting the Lord to fix what is broken. A certain man and his pastor traveled to preach a sermon at another church, and when finished, they went to a store to look around. The man brought a doll for his daughter and took it home and gave it to her. The next day, the mother saw the doll broken beyond repair and asked the little girl why she broke her doll. She said, "It's okay, Mommy, Daddy will fix it." The mother said, "I doubt he can fix it. It's beyond repair." The little girl maintained the idea that trust that Daddy would fix it. When the man returned home for the evening, the mother told him about everything, and with tears in his eyes, he called his pastor and asked him what he was doing the next day, because he had to go back to that store and get another doll. The man said, "I have to get another doll because my little girl believes in me." And just like that, when we trust Jesus with our problems, He is the same as that man. He will fix it. He can fix it if we totally put our trust in Him. So if I'm speaking to somebody today and you're having trouble and you feel like you're overwhelmed with whatever the cares of this life, whatever's going on in life, I'm telling you, it'll pay to trust Him. You can trust in Him. He'll never leave us. I'm so thankful for His goodness and mercy. Madison, she's going to come back and sing a little bit for us, and then we'll wrap it up. We love y'all. for joining us today. We hope y'all have a good day and the rest of your week. Pray for us. We're praying for y'all. Love y'all.